Welcome to the Discover Montcalm podcast, where we're going to take a look at the communities, the businesses, the attractions, and the people that make up Montcalm County. Here is your podcast host, Dwayne Weed.
Hello, my name's Dwayne. I'm the host and producer of the Discover Montcalm podcast. And today I have a very special guest with me, J.R. Muller from West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions. He is the website sponsor for the Discover Montcalm podcast. JR, thank you for taking time on this afternoon to chat with us today.
Yeah. Pleasure to be here.
Well, I came to you a while back about a Discover Montcalm project and, was talking about the podcast. You gave me some good insight. I guess, tell me, why is it that you support local so much?
Well, I'm a local business owner as well. My company, hence the name, West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions. We do IT and website support for businesses here all throughout West Michigan, Montcalm included. I've always just been a strong networker here locally. Done a bunch of local networking groups over the ages, fairly connected in the Grand Rapids area. But I think it's important for us small business guys to kind of stick together. So it sounded very interesting in helping Montcalm the podcast. So,
well, I know through DW Video, we've been hosting all of our websites that we produce through you. I think we met. I was trying to figure that out the other day. Was it back in 2017?
Oh, it's been a while. It was during the Business Networking and Beers group I used to run back in the day. Maybe at Cedar Springs Brewing. I don't know. But before that, I think you actually came to a couple of them there. So yeah, it's been a long time. I've been on my own now 9 years as a solopreneur, and it's great to be your own boss, but it doesn't really work out unless you've got really good connections in the community here to support you in that effort. So
yeah, and networking is so valuable. I know that we would not have met had it been not for your networking group. Yeah. And then we expanded off from that, and we've been doing a lot of our hosting now through you. Matter of fact, I was talking to somebody recently that I said, if you're going to hire me to do website design, you have to use West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions for the hosting, because if I can't host it there, I really don't care to host it and to help design it. And they went, whoa, that's interesting. And then it drives us into another discussion about why. And you do IT support as well as website hosting. You do the website hosting. You have servers there, and right behind you,
right there, that door right there. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a data center there. That's what I used to do here in West Michigan. I used to build data centers. So built my own in my home, which is interesting, but I do actually sleep above my my clients' websites. We're currently doing some relocation, and that's not a big thing actually, but moving over to 76th Street and 131. If you guys know where the truck stop is there, US Signal's got a giant data center there that has, how to describe it, kind of like a locker system where we get a key code and we get a card, you can go in there and go manage your own server there. So we still own the server, but just going to probably move it into that data center just because we've become larger now. And not that I've probably, 60 or 70 companies that back their data up into that closet here. And I joke, and I do sleep above your websites and your backups, but for the websites and availability and not being reliant on my power bill is about $900 a month. So moving it over there, I get some power savings, but a little bit more secured environment, and so getting bigger and better. But I really don't know of any other company in West Michigan that is doing hosting right here in Grand Rapids. And basically what that means is that we're our own GoDaddy, we're our own one-on-one, et cetera, Squarespace, Wix, et cetera. We host your website right here in West Right, meaning that when people, you're looking at that site right there. It's coming from the closet right behind me as we're speaking. So, right, he's loading up that stuff. And so that's how local you can be with your website. And I can't predict or make, I say this, a knowledgeable statement about Google and how it tracks traffic, but I have seen from local businesses that also host local, that Google looks at that and says, hey, Joe in downtown Grand Rapids is going to the Montcalm site, which is only a little ways away. That's a real good local connection there. And so, anyhow, you want 100% local experience for your IT or your website stuff. That's what we try to provide. We're not the largest IT company or website hosting company out there, but I think we're one of the best. So we try to keep it to local businesses here. I have maybe out of, I don't know, 150 websites, give or take, maybe only 10 of them that are outside the West Michigan area, but all the rest are all local businesses here, including Discover Montcalm podcast.com.
Well, and it's nice, you're going to be on episode 34, which will come out, let's see, the week of, I get so confused, the week of the 10th. And, matter of fact, if you're listening to this, we pre-recorded it the week before. But, the beauty of all of this is that, we are promoting local. And for those of you that are listening on iTunes or Google Podcast, also know that you can find us on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, all at Discover Montcalm Podcast. So, you can also view this. You can see what we're doing here with the website. And you can see right there, West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions as one of our major sponsors. And at this particular moment, let's go to a commercial break and let's highlight our sponsors.
We hope you're enjoying our podcast, and we'll be back after we thank our sponsors. West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions, your IT and web hosting experts, westmichiganhelpdesk.com, and DW Video, your source for video production, websites, and your local videotape, slides, and 8mm film transfer specialist, dwvideo.com. Now, back to our interview.
Welcome back. I'm talking with J.R. Muller from West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions. He is the website sponsor for the Discover Montcalm podcast at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. For those of you that are watching it on YouTube, you're seeing it right here. And the site is set up pretty nice. First thing you do, you jump on the site on the home page. All of the YouTube videos, as they become live, you can hit them there right on the homepage. Or if you want to jump in here to the podcast, under the podcast tab, each podcast, you can click on it. It opens up, and a little bit of a paragraph there about who we're doing and who we're talking about. We go into different businesses. I will say that the Edgerton Giftery in Howard City, episode number 30, it was kind of where I want to bring Discover Montcalm podcast to, and that is actually going inside the business, showing what you do, where you do. So that was the start of that. We went over to Stanton and went into some different businesses, and we talked. We've done it around Howard City. Different real estate agent here in Howard City, Jackie, from Century 21 Rockgate. We went into her business and talked. And now I'm talking with JR, who is the website host. And we're at his data center. You can see it right behind him. JR, let me jump off from the sharing here on my end. And could you jump on and kind of show some of the stats that we're getting for Discover Montcalm?
Yeah, so we prepped these up here, but let me share this up on my screen here.
And you offer this to all of your business customers, all your website hosting. Could you just walk us through, for the non-technical people, what are they seeing here, and why is this important for somebody to know this information about their website?
Perfect question. A lot of people pay really good money for websites, but they have no idea if there's anybody actually coming to them. Just, they know they got to have one, right? If you're a business today, you got to have one. I get that. So, but it's kind of nice if you actually could say, okay, I actually have X amount of people coming to my site, and I can tell where they're coming from, what they're doing, what pages they're looking at, what they're not. And so this is just for the Montcalm podcast site there, showing that January, February, March that you had, like, we'll use March here as the example, 5,700 people, 5,800, we'll round up, that came to it for the first time, meaning that they had never been recorded on the server behind me as coming from their device, be it a phone or a computer or who knows what. Overall, 9,117 people showed up to see it uniquely. They looked at 19,000 pages, which could be any page on the podcast site. They could have clicked on stuff there. A total of 35,225 hits and a bandwidth of 4 gigs, meaning a lot of people are downloading those podcast MP3 files. And so kind of see a nice little trend. I mean, you went from 7,000 visits to 8,000. Now you're almost at 9. So that's slowly growing. So the audience is getting bigger and bigger. So you can get kind of crazy on the history of all this and break it down to browsers, et cetera, all that kind of stuff. People logged in or not. You can see what locations they're coming from. If they typed in, came from a referring site, if they did it from a search engine, et cetera. But all my clients have access to this information. They need it. We can review it with them, get them logged in to see it. So I don't know. I'm kind of a data-driven guy. I also, we do provide some SEO stuff, but all that's really just data-driven. So,
well, content is king right now, right?
It is, and there's crazy stuff going on with content currently. So, probably the hottest trend right now is Chat GPT, which, if you don't mind, I actually have to be a beta tester of Chat GPT. And so I will show you what it's all about. So this is chatopenai.com, and I signed up as a beta tester. And if you pay an extra, I think it's $30 a month, you get the latest and greatest Chat GPT version. So 3.5 is available to public for free, but since I'm paying, I can actually just click the button here and jump up to Chat GPT 4. And I can ask you the question is,
hey, I'll tell you what, why don't we ask a question about why should someone, or let's do something about the Discover Montcalm podcast.
I exactly was going to do that. You read my mind. So,
okay.
Why should someone subscribe to, whoops, if I could type, if I can spell it right.
So those of you that are listening, he's actually typing it out, so we're going to be able to see it. So jump over to the YouTube channel.
Which
why don't you go back and put Discover Montcalm podcast?
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
If we're going to be official,
the more detail you give it, the better it is. Montcalm cast, which focuses on local business. I'll just leave it as that. You want to put anything more descriptive?
No, that should. I've seen you do this before, so I'm excited to see what this says.
So I'm going to read the question here. I'm going to ask ChatGPT 4. Why should someone subscribe to the Discover Montcalm podcast, which focuses on local business? Subscribing to the Discover Montcalm podcast, which focuses on local business, can be beneficial for several reasons. One, support local businesses. By listening to the podcast, you contribute to the growth and sustainability of local businesses. Your support can help them thrive in a competitive market and, in turn, strengthen the local economy. Number two, discover hidden gems. The podcast can introduce you to new businesses, services, and products in the Montcalm area that you might not have been aware of. This can lead to new experiences and opportunities to try something unique. Number three, gain insider knowledge. The podcast often features interviews with business owners and local experts like J.R. Muller, providing valuable insights, I added that piece, and information about the area's industries, trends, and challenges. This knowledge can help you make informed decisions when supporting local business. Number four, stay informed. The podcast can help you stay up to date with the latest news, events, and developments in the Montcalm business community. This can give you a better understanding of the area and allow you to engage more fully with your community. Number five, connect with the community. Subscribing to the podcast can help you feel more connected to the Montcalm area and its residents. You'll learn about the people behind the business, their stories, and how they contribute to the community's vibrancy. Number six, networking opportunities. By engaging with the podcast, you may have the chance to connect with like-minded individuals interested in local businesses. These connections can lead to valuable personal and professional relationships. Number seven, personal growth. Listening to a podcast can inspire you to explore new ideas, challenge your preconceptions, and expand your knowledge about local businesses and the Montcalm area. This can contribute to personal growth and a broader understanding of the world around you. In summary, subscribing to the Discover Montcalm podcast can be an enjoyable and informative way to support local businesses, stay informed about your community, and connect with others who share your interests.
And that's all AI.
That was done in about what, 20 seconds to put that up on my screen there?
Yeah.
So
it was done
crazy.
faster than you could read it.
Yes. And you can ask it pretty much anything. So there's people that are writing books and doctorates and things like that off of it. I mean, you can see my stuff here. Like I was asking it outdoor activities in Michigan. And so give me the top 20. And it just went on and on and on. And then that's, I guess, self-promote. This is more of an experiment, but I registered the name westmichiganoutdoors.com. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I forgot the S. Outdoors.com. There you go, which comes up to this, an online listing resource, and gave me all this great content, activity ideas, like gear retailers, so on and so forth, locations of parks, all with their web addresses on it and phone numbers, etc. Made that website in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Full content. So that's the latest thing in websites is not so much. So as a website designer, I always struggle getting content. Like I got to put your voice on the web for your business and what your business does and how it does it. And that's sometimes really tough for business owners to explain that. Sometimes they have flyers, they have business cards, they have, logos and things like that they can give me. But I can ask you, like we just did here, the Discover Montcalm podcast. So I needed a good intro page of text. That's the way. So I talked a little bit about SEO, and you saw I kind of hedged away from it a little bit. Most people in the web world right now think that SEO is going to be completely useless because Chat GPT is going to be running the engines on all of them. It already is on Bing and Google in the background, and it's really looking for text references. So text is king. Now saying keywords and stuff still aren't king, but it's going to be a different landscape in how people find your site because the Google database of keywords is not going to be so much used as the artificial intelligence will say, hey, you should go check out, like in this outdoor site, they're the retailers. You should go check out these locations, these sites, et cetera, and give you recommendations that way. So just kind of a neat thing. So that's my little demo of latest technology. Chat GPT-4, recently in the news the last couple of weeks, the big think tanks, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak of Apple are all encouraging everybody to stop developing GPT because the worry is the GPT-5, which is due out in December, probably be out before then. It will be what's called self-aware, meaning that it will be as intelligent as a human brain. I mean, you won't be able to tell the difference. Like I couldn't really that was some beautifully written text. I could have never done that. That would have taken me forever to write that elegantly. But now if it's actually, able to communicate with me in a more fluent way, like I can, now that I've used ChatGPT 4 for a little while, you can tell sometimes it'll repeat a little section or something like that. It was really bad in 3, but 5, it'll just you won't know the difference. And so when 5 comes out, you'll see a lot of things happening industry-wise with technology, like call centers. You call a call center to talk to somebody, you might just be talking to a computer the whole time and not even know it. Like you ask a question like, how do I fix my fridge or who knows what? And it just pulls from a database of stuff. And you think you're talking to Joe on the phone. Now, I've also used this. If you check my YouTube channel out, they also have what's called Open Brain AI, where I could take that script and just copy it, toss it into Open Brain AI, and they make a fake newscaster who basically reads it all off. Like it's not a real person, but they've mapped a person's mouth and their facial expressions and all that kind of stuff. And you can feed it text and it'll just literally just do your whole training session for you. It's kind of crazy stuff. But anyway.
Technology is definitely changing. People are getting their information right here off their phones, whatever they got in their back pocket. What's some things that a local business, smaller business can do with their website or their social media that maybe they don't know about that could help them?
I'll notice it on yours. So we, as part of our hosting part with WordPress, we integrate Facebook into the website. And in your case, integrating YouTube into the website. So it shows the YouTube channel. But that's a really great way to do it. So for example, would be some of our sites who use Facebook heavily when they post an article to their Facebook page, every 20 minutes, the website checks it. Yeah. So I think if you hit news, is your news one hooked up to it? I'm not for sure. I'm just gambling on
Yep.
that.
I hit the wrong button, but
That's right.
when
Yeah.
you go
So
to news,
here's a live example there. So if you hit news, all this content below here is coming off the Discover Montcalm Facebook page, but it's actually on the website. And so you get a double whammy basically because Google sees it on Facebook, but they also see it here on the website. And
yeah,
it makes
so
it then real easy for you as a business owner to just update in one spot. Just post something to your Facebook page, picture of the day. You got a dog grooming studio. Take a picture of your clients that are leaving. Hey, there's that dude, J.R. Muller right there, right?
yeah,
So
there's that guy.
yeah, there's that dude, right? So I mean, as you post stuff on the Facebook page and then goes to the website, just gives you more credibility. And that goes, we can do that with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We've got plugins for all of them. So you can keep all the content, people coming back to one site.
Yeah,
So,
I love it. And for those that are watching it on YouTube, you'll notice that the way my screen is zoomed in, because I guess I'm getting older.
oh man,
my
eyes.
my text is very big. But like you were saying, if you go back to my homepage here, JR talked about, on my news page is feeding from my Facebook, and on my homepage at the top, it's feeding from my YouTube channel. So whenever I post, I post it to YouTube, I make it live, I go into the YouTube playlist and always make it, that current episode, I always place it on top. And then it takes a little bit of time. It's not an immediate, I don't see it immediately. But usually I'll do that. And by the time I'm done writing the content for the pages that you will find on the podcast itself, like when you come in here and you click on one of my podcasts, by the time I'm done writing this content, the video is on my homepage. So,
It checks it every 30 minutes. That's why.
Okay.
So it's not always going, hey, did Dwayne post something? Wait, did he post something? Wait, hold on. Did he? It's every
come
30.
on, it doesn't know. And I say that with a joke.
I mean, a lot of people are anxious to see it, Dwayne, but every 30 minutes it checks.
Yeah, which is nice. So that every 30 minutes it comes there, and it just happens that when I put it out there, by the time I'm done creating this page for every business that I feature or every person that I feature,
I actually got a lot of realtors now that are using it for because there's also, as part of the Facebook stuff, there's also one for photo albums for Facebook. So I'll make multiple albums for their properties on Facebook and then just link it to the site. And literally they take live photos of the house and boom, instantly it's up on the site.
So if you're out there and you're looking at having a website designed, you can contact me at dwvideo.com, or you can go to West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions. Tell JR that you heard it here on Discover Montcalm podcast. Yeah. Both of us can help you out in your web design and stuff. JR, we talked a lot about a lot of things today. Is there anything, as I wrap this up, that I haven't asked you that you would like to leave the audience with?
No, that's just, I like people to be involved in the community. Definitely, I know, join your local chambers, try to figure out, how you can keep money here local. I like to work local. So,
and
I appreciate what you're doing on this thing, Dwayne. So,
well,
it's awesome.
Thank you. And speaking of local chambers, the Howard City Area Chamber of Commerce is now open for business. If you remember, maybe you don't, but back in the 1996, I was one of the founding members of the Panhandle Area Chamber. And then that went through like 2017. And Bruce from Ace Home Healthcare decided that it was time to bring a chamber back here. And that, he brought me in as a consultant. I'm not allowed to sit on the board because of my wife's orders. And I sleep too close to her to not listen. But that podcast, or not podcast, but that chamber website, it's kind of fun. We'll be hosting it through you. You don't know this yet, but by the way, we're going to be hosting the Howard City Area Chamber website through you, and my students at the Montcalm Area Career Center are going to be the ones that are going to help design it. So my other job is now catching up with this job, which is feeding it back to local through Discover Montcalm, but also through the Howard City Area Chamber, which comes right back to JR at West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions. And on that note, JR, thank you for sharing this information today. And for everybody listening, remember you can catch us on discovermontcalmpodcast.com. We have them all listed there. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcasts. You can find us on, as I said, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Discover Montcalm Podcast. And remember to buy and shop locally. Thank you.
Connect and subscribe to Discover Montcalm Podcast at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast. To be featured in an upcoming show, contact Dwayne at 231-250-9624. Remember to subscribe at discovermontcalmpodcast.com.